Or just use my other one. I guess I could just do that like I usually do. That's what I end up doing. I just switch guitars. That's why I got so many of them. I don't like stringing them. I just grab another one. So, okay, I wonder, it looks like they fixed the YouTubes. I'm getting high CPU usage warning. Okay, looks like it went away. Audio. Hopefully the audio is sounding good. I'll move the microphones a little closer in here to get the maximum sound potential. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed last night's show. And we had fun with Tula. It was good. Hey, Steve, with the digit right off the bat. I like that. Thank you, Steven Running. There you go. How non-narcissistic of you. Kenneth Mitchell. Hey, Kenneth. Hippie chick, same with you. How non-narcissistic of you. I'm just so impressed when you guys just come in first and put the digit in first, man. It shows me that you guys are thinking about me and not y'all, and I love it. It's great. Thank you, guys. It's amazing. Nick, hey, what's up? I guess I'm smoking, man, right off the bat. I got this bong ready to go. I think I'm going to do that first. So I'll go ahead and smoke a bong rip for you three, Steve, Hippie, and Nick. Cheers to the three of you. Thank you, guys. The digit is 3 if you share it in Facebook, 5 if you host me on Twitch, and 7 if you retweet me on a maxed out tweet. 3, 5, or 7. 3s, 5s, and 7s. And then I will smoke for you guys. Yeah. So, quick grow update here. There it is. They look good. You're still there. That's good. I don't know if the timer is not working out there on the lights. That's one thing I have to check. I'm having problems with the timers. But otherwise, keeping them in veg right now. Right. So, you guys see the title. So all you anti-vaxxers out there, oops. Looks like y'all were wrong. So, there you go. That's literally a headline I pulled right off the goddamn news. And I'll repeat it out loud so y'all can see it. In places where vaccines are prevalent, the virus is not. Virus is having a hard time taking a hold in places where there's a lot of people getting vaccinated. Hey, Debbie. Fuck anti-vaxxers. Well, I tell you what's going to end up happening is they're just going to be the people that catch COVID. And now there's a new variant out that's really bad. It's got a new name and everything. And man, you want to roll the dice on that one? Fine. You want to listen to Jimmy Dore and be scared about getting the vax because he had side effects for it? Be my guest. Do what you got to do. You do. I'm not gonna chastise any of y'all for your decisions. Whatever your personal decisions are, I support you in doing whatever you got to do. I've learned my fucking lesson. But I also know what works best for me, and what works best for me is being able to run around and not worry about catching a goddamn COVID. And for me, it's worth going and getting a vaccine, so I don't have to worry so much about it. Is it a silver bullet? Is it a fucking bulletproof vest? No. Does it give me 90% better protection? Yes. Are the areas that are thoroughly vaccinated showing drops in the virus? Yes. Facts. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about those facts? You can't refute them. It's true. So, I want to congratulate everyone who took the personal responsibility that was able to do it and not, restricted by health reasons or any other, that decided to go out and get that vaccine. Thank you to all of you guys that have done it. And I'm not saying anything bad about the people who decided not to get it, but to all the people who have worked at this and gone out of their way and spent the time and gone and gotten the vaccines like I have, you guys are making a difference in the world. And I want to say thank you. Hey, Diggs, what's up? Diggs, are you in the UK? Have I bought any AMC? No, I'm not interested in purchasing any more stock. I'm not interested in the stock market. Are you talking about a cryptocurrency? Let me know. And I've got money. I got paid, and I'm not buying anything right now. And you had horrible side effects. You're not taking the vaccines, period? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. Good luck if you catch COVID, Masjid. Good luck. Best of luck to you. No, AMC Entertainment. Sorry to hear that, Debbie. Yeah, once again, Phil, I'll ask again. Are you talking about a stock or a crypto? If it's a stock, I'm really not interested in buying stocks. Not doing stock market anymore. It's a fucking joke. It's not volatile enough for me. I need volatility. I need excitement, man. I need to feel the blood pumping through my veins. That's why I'm into crypto. My money has tripled in a week and a half. Phil, good for you, buddy. Oh, on the stock, good for you. Good choice. If it works for you, good for you. I'm not interested. I love my crypto, man. I'm sticking with that. In fact, I'm gonna probably pull I'm gonna pull my Tesla stock for sure. I don't want any money in that fucking shit company. And I'll probably pull out of Disney and a few other stocks that I'm in that I just don't want to be in. But I'll stay in the water companies. AMP, is that a stock or is that a cryptocurrency? AMP. I think that's a coin, right? And I'm at a position right now where I'm looking at some of my stuff and I could buy in more right now, and I'm not interested in doing it. I think I've got all my excitement in, and now I'm just gonna leave that part in and leave the rest out for now. It's on Gemini. Yeah, it's a coin. AMP. Yeah, I don't think I have that one. I'm not familiar with that one. But you know what I am familiar with? Cannabis. Let's smoke some more. What do you guys say? I feel like doing a dab. A little dab. You guys want to do a little dab? I was thinking about a little baby. I was thinking about doing a little baby. Hey, look who's here. Hey, somebody joined us. My Beazle. I know. You opened your eyes when I said my Beazle. I know. I love my Beazle. He didn't sleep with me last night. Very sad. I was very sad. I dumped your Bitcoin and put it in AMP. Okay, right on. Did you make money on your Bitcoin, Phil? Did you buy it low and sell it when it was higher at a higher point? Hash tells you to go get your fucking vaccine masked. Tafsir. Mazji? Can I just call you Mazji? Mazji Tafsir? Catheter? I'm sorry, I'm making fun of your name. Masjid. Is it Masjid? Tafsir? Masjid? Am I getting closer? I've just never heard that name before. Masjid. He's probably gone anyway. It says I've only got 6 fucking viewers right now. Oh boy. 6 viewers. Broadcasting to 13 channels, man. You bought at 30 and you sold when it hit 51. Wow. And you were doing the right thing, buddy. You were doing it correctly. Man, it got warm quick outside. So today's supposed to be a scorcher, huh? Maybe I should have my AC on right now, getting ready for it. Let me see. What's it called for today? 94? Okay, I should be okay for a while. When's it going to hit that? Let me guess, 2 o'clock? Oh, it's not going to hit 94. No. So at 2 o'clock it hits 93. And there's girls wearing fucking bikinis now on my weather screen. And it'll stay there until 5 p.m. Okay. Cool. I don't need to cool the house down. I'm fine. We are good to go. Dude, come on. 6 people, really? Dude, is that true? Are there really only 6 people watching the show? It's like, I want to smoke. I want to get high and shit. The chat's barely moving. Nobody's here. I'm agreeing that there's 6 people here. Dude, my show has completely lost its audience. Yeah, 6. Wow. Wow, man. Dude, if notifications went out. Dude, notifications went out. I got notified on 2 of my YouTube channels. All right, since there's only 5 people here and everybody else that doesn't want to be here watching my show can suck my dick. Let's pull up a YouTube video and we'll watch some Benson Crypto together. The 5 of us, the 6 of us, since I make up the 6th person. Hey, Jesus50. What's up, buddy? Thank you for coming here, buddy, and being one of the 5 people. Thank you. Where's the Benson crypto? Nick, why do you make up your own hashtags, dude? Stay tuned. Oh, the Fed is about to tank crypto. All right, the Fed's about to tank crypto. Let's see what Benson Crypto has to say about this.
Today, the Federal Reserve is going to make a big announcement that will have a major effect on the price of Bitcoin and crypto. Depending on what they say, it could either be very bullish or very bearish, but either way, it's expected to move the market significantly. Today, I will be covering exactly what's happening as well as what you need to do to protect your crypto or seize the opportunity. So you can see from this first story that covers it, it says Bitcoin enters wait-and-see phase ahead of Fed statement. So what's happening is the Fed are making a policy statement today. The chairman, Jerome Powell, will be holding a press conference where he will be updating people on the monetary policy that the Fed will be pursuing. Some people think that there's going to be a change given recent high inflation, and the belief is that the Fed will become more hawkish, which essentially means that they're more likely to increase interest rates, which in the short term would be bad for Bitcoin and crypto. Belief is that Bitcoin and crypto has a lot of speculative money in it, which when interest rates are low, you get more speculative money in these assets, and then when it's high, you get less. So that's why there's a fear that if interest rates were to go up, or if inflation was to go up, and that therefore cause those interest rates to rise, that would lead to less money in crypto and the prices to go down in the short term. However, in the past, the Fed have remained consistent that they will keep interest rates low.
Dude, did they make the announcement yet? Because it's dropping as we speak. I'm watching my portfolio drop. Dude, why are people so fucking manipulated? Easily manipulated. It's like we've all got tiny little pea brains. And we don't think for ourselves. It's crazy, man. God, the volatility and the Hey Phil, how's that AMP looking right now? Is it good? Yours might actually be skyrocketing while the rest of the market's dumping.
In order to stimulate the economy. So as long as they continue that message here today, then it could actually be bullish. But there's just some doubt given the recent very high inflation rate that this may change. And if it does, we could see a short-term.
Look, if you guys are doing crypto and you're not watching people like Benson Crypto, and you're not watching people like BitBoy Crypto, and you're not watching Carl the Moon, and you're not listening to, whoever you like that's out there like Coin Bureau or whoever, you're missing out on pertinent information that 99% of investors don't have access to. You need to understand there's millions and millions and millions of people out there, and there's that are doing this, and there's 1 million or 2 million that are watching these videos. That's it. This guy only has 114,000 subscribers. Now on the grand scheme of crypto, that ain't shit. There's not a lot of people getting this information. And all the people that are watching this, not all of them are investing, man. A lot of them are just dreaming. Living vicariously through him. Yeah, DAP, you is good. Yeah, he's good.
Dip. And as you can see here, it says the market is completely neutral ahead of the Fed statement with only a little bit of spot buying. And that's right in line with what we've seen over the last few days, where Bitcoin is kind of trading in this very narrow range between 39 and 41,000. So it says the event is likely to have a binary market reaction, according to Singapore-based QCP Capital. Binary events are dramatic developments that trigger big moves in either direction. So it's just going to be this massive spike in volatility. And the reason why this happens is because it's almost like if you think about how leverage is going to impact it, we're going to have a massive swing either one way or the other because everybody's going to be thinking the same thing. So right now there's like an even amount of buyers and sellers just trading it, but once you take leverage into account, there's going to be everybody's going to think it's either super bullish or super bearish, which is why we are expecting this big swing.
I'm so glad I watched this kid, man.
Statement today. So it says if the Fed remains dovish,
all of you should go to YouTube right now and go look up Benson Crypto and go subscribe to this kid's channel. You'll get the information before everyone else does. This video that he's doing right now came out today. But, you know, the market started dumping. This morning I noticed it was lowering, you know, and you want to find out what's going on, then you tune into someone like this and you can find out exactly what's up.
Which is essentially would be bullish for crypto, keeping rates low, pro-stimulus bias. Cryptocurrencies would have the most potential upside until September at least, whereas the alternative, it says later in this article, would be if on the flip side, a hawkish surprise, which would be negative for crypto, could weigh on asset prices. If they're hawkish on Wednesday, then all bets are off, and we would expect the crypto market to revisit recent lows. So that's quite bearish. That would be back down to 30k if that does happen. So the question is, when is this happening? When are we going to get this news one way or the other? Are we going to head back to 35, 37k, or will this push us above 42 to 45k if it is in fact bullish? Well, the Fed statement is happening today. There's going to be this live stream of Jerome Powell that's going to start at 2:30 p.m. EST. So this video will probably be out just an hour before it, or maybe kind of a half hour before it. And it could be a good trading opportunity either way. I still think that even if we do take a short-term hit in the markets, I still think that there's absolutely enough strength for Bitcoin to be able to...
Yes, Phil, Benson Crypto. And can I just say, thank you, Phil. Thank you for being one of the first people to ever show interest in one of the people that I recommend on my channel. Yes, some of you have, and a lot of you have gone in and subscribed. You'll just go do it when I tell you to. But man, Phil, yes, thank you for paying attention and listening to what I'm saying and for inquiring about Benson Crypto. All of you guys should be watching this kid. And go leave him a message and let him know that I'm the one that sent you over there.
Set new all-time highs, probably near 100k by the
go
end
give him
of
a
the
thumbs
year.
up.
But this just could be another stumbling block in our way. That could be just really a good trading opportunity. But if you're holding on, then it doesn't really change much.
And go figure this out. He's only on there warning people that the government's about to release a statement. He's giving you information before it happens. And 33 cunts went over to his fucking video and gave him a thumbs down. Just to show you how many fucking cunts are out there on the fucking internet. 33 people went out of their way to give him a thumbs down for warning everybody that the government, the United States government, the Fed's about to release a statement. Oh, how dare you give me inside information before it comes out? How dare you? I'm going to give you a what? How dare you care about me and help me and give me the information that's making you wealthy and it could make me wealthy too? How dare you? I'm going to give you a what? A thumbs down? 33 motherfucking cunts? Hey, shit lips. Why don't you find those 33 thumbs down cunts and ban them from fucking YouTube, shit lips, you motherfucker? This is a great fucking video. Find the fucking troll cunts out there. How about that? What a great idea.
In terms of what's happening in the broader markets with altcoins,
I need to smoke.
Most altcoins down around 5% today. Maybe people are kind of a little bit nervous with this event coming up a little bit later. So
33 fucking thumbs downs they gave them.
Still kind of trade around this kind of 150
people are
160
shit
range. We're seeing DOT trade around this kind of
Phil, right on, buddy.
$6 range, kind of up 6% for the week, down 5%.
Well, Phil, I'm gonna tweet what you just said.
So most altcoins are trading in these narrow ranges, but this makes sense given the fact that Bitcoin is what they're really tracking. So if Bitcoin has a
thank you for saying that,
upside,
Phil.
If the Fed is dovish, then obviously altcoins will boom from that. And obviously the opposite will happen if we do weeks ahead of ourselves in the altcoin market before we start making gains again. But again, I think there's some very bullish narratives with Polkadot, with Cardano, with Chainlink, with Ethereum upcoming over the next couple of weeks and months that will lead to much higher gains. So the next big thing happening is IOHK. So the Cardano 360 event. Cardano 360 is upon us once again. This is the monthly Cardano event that covers updates in development, new partnerships, progress reports, so potentially some big news coming from this event, and it's always worth listening to, always worth watching if you are a Cardano holder, to understand what will be happening over the next couple of months, so that you can time when the best time to buy would be before some major event does take place. And if you're a trader, then they often announce something which gives the price a boost in the short term, which is something to watch out for. So we do have something else that's big for Bitcoin happening right now. So it's currently just about touching the 200-day EMA. So it says a break past 200-day EMA, which is this black line right here, would unleash a Bitcoin move to at least the mid 40,000s red. So again, there's a lot of kind of bullish things, bearish things. I think perhaps the Fed statement is going to play a more integral role than this. But this is a level that Bitcoin essentially...
I need a huge trip.
Before we can confirm that the downwards trend that we've experienced since mid-May has in fact reversed, and things are looking... Your
wife's into Cardano?
For the last 2 days, Bitcoin has been kind of flirting with this level, and it has remained just under it. But we do have some more bullish news potentially coming in a couple of weeks. And if we got a friendly Fed statement today, then that of course would be very bullish, and that could be enough momentum to push us above this 200-day EMA, which would confirm that we are now bullish and we've kind of broken out of this recent period of consolidation, and we will be testing new highs over the coming months. Otherwise, we may consolidate for a while back to around 37k. However, there is reasons to be bullish as to why there's precedent as to why this may about to be very good for Bitcoin. So it says, when Bitcoin lost the 200-day EMA in March 2020, it then recovered to revisit it again. Then Bitcoin consolidated below the 200-day EMA for around 6 days before breaking above it to form a new bull trend. And as you can see here, there was a major move to the upside after that. Bitcoin has now been consolidating below the 200-day EMA for 2 days now. So if this pattern was to repeat, or we were to spend, it's not going to be 6 days exactly, but if we were to spend a few days below it and kind of touching it, then there is some reason to believe why this may lead to a bigger move to the upside in the not too distant future. So if this was to repeat, then we could see a very sizable move, probably up to around 45 to 48k. Although with the uncertainty in the market, I think it's more likely that we will be consolidating a little bit more before we are able to regain those levels.
Good.
We need enough conviction to be able to pass 42k and stay above it. So this next big story is very important to remember. It's a very big picture story. It says whales now hold 48.7% of the total Bitcoin supply after buying 90,000 Bitcoin recently. So it's the same old story. It lines up with what we have been saying, that the smart money, the whales who have been watching the market, controlling the market for years, in the market for years, are the ones accumulating at these levels that we are at right now, around 30, 35, 40k. And the question that we have to ask ourselves is, are they doing this because they're stupid? Do they think that the bull run's over and they're just buying it up to be kind to everyone so all retail investors can get out?
Hey, you guys, I'm on Twitter right now retweeting myself. Could you guys go do that too, please? So I don't have to do it myself. If you guys would go to Twitter and please retweet the stuff that I just put up there, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, y'all.
Or are they doing it because they think we're in an accumulation period before the next leg of the bull run that takes us to an even higher high? I think that the second option is far more likely. So this is really just the same story every single time, where we have the retail traders are buying high, unfortunately selling low to the whales, and the whales sell near the top and they buy near the bottom. When Bitcoin hits a new all-time high later this year, it's going to seem like the most obvious thing in hindsight. So it says Bitcoin whales have been increasing their Bitcoin positions in the past 3 months and now hold half of the latest crypto, or of the largest cryptocurrency. That's an equivalent to $3.6 billion that they have been buying up over the last few days, while everybody else...
Jacob, you want to buy in when the market crashes, okay? You want to buy these things when they're at their ultimate low. So what you want to do, Jacob, is you want to pull that up on an app, and you want to look at Doge over the 1 day, over the 1 week, over the 1 month, over the 3 month, the 6 month, the year, and the full 5 year, right? And you want to see where it's been, where it is right now, and where it looks like it's going to go. And only you can decide if you think the market's at its very lowest. No one ever gets it completely 100% right 100% of the time. But sometimes you can get lucky. You gotta do your own research, and you gotta pull that up on an app, bro, and you can't be lazy.
Else has been panicking. They have been just buying and buying and buying. That should tell you something. So it also says The number of
Cheers,
wallets
guys.
with
Good
100 to
luck with
1,000
what you guys are
Bitcoin
doing with
has been
crypto.
going
So,
up on a steady
so nice to hear
basis.
that you
This
guys
is
are doing
basically
well with
making
it.
super
Those of you that
obvious
are really
that the only
getting in
people
there.
selling
So
Bitcoin
cheers to
are
that.
retail traders who are selling it at the worst time possible, near the bottom. Mini whales and bigger whales, any type of whale, are buying right now. And so that doesn't matter if you were somebody who bought in kind of late, if you bought in at 65k, that doesn't really matter as long as you don't give the whales what they want, which is your Bitcoin at a very low price at a 50% discount, then you're going to win eventually. So we do have an update on the stock to flow. This is of course the chart which charts the expected price of Bitcoin based on the reduction in the increase of supply over time. And so as you can see, we were just outside, well, when it loads, you can see that we were just outside this kind of blue band right here. But as you can see, in the last week or so, we are now back inside the blue band. And this is positive because it means we are likely looking at a situation closer to what we had back in 2017, 2018. As you can see here, we pushed the blue band around 3 times before we eventually had this parabolic into the bull run where it went outside the blue band, but in a good way to the upside. And this is positive because it means we're less likely not looking at this situation around here in 2019 where we spent months outside of it and we needed to wait a long time before we did have another significant move to the upside. So it's more bullish that we are potentially looking at a 2017 version where we'll probably touch it again at some point and then eventually have the parabolic end that we're all looking forward to. And it's important to remember, you know, this is kind of a big picture thing, not getting stuck with the trees, but looking at the entire forest, remembering that the stock to flow eventually has always returned to the black line average. And so if you're buying below the black line, which is what we're doing right now, if you're accumulating, then you're getting a deal because the current estimated fair value of Bitcoin based on stock to flow is $71,000 right now. So a $40,000 Bitcoin, you're really buying the equivalent of a $70,000 Bitcoin for the fair value.
I tell you what, Jesus, there's a lot of reasons that make the market fluctuate. All right? There's the amount of buying and selling going on. That's the volume. Okay? So the time of month and the time of year have a lot to do with that. Because when tax time comes around, people start pulling their money out of crypto to pay off their taxes. So when they start pulling their money out of crypto prices drop and the value drops. So there's that. There's something like what he's talking about right now. When the Fed makes an announcement, or even someone like Elon Musk makes a tweet, people get nervous and they think the whole goddamn market's going to crash and they start selling off their crypto. You know? And there's so many other things that affect the market. China. You know, China's saying they're not going to let people process the transactions for crypto anymore. A country that will all of a sudden start accepting Bitcoin as a currency, you know, and that's going on too. And you've got all of these different things, and you've got and then you've got hedge funds, and you've got giant whales like what he's talking about, which are these people that own a lot of Bitcoin. They may have bought it when it was really cheap. And so they have a whole bunch of Bitcoin, and they're playing and manipulating by buying and selling at certain times, and they're laughing and watching as they're making money, they're watching other people lose money. It's a game, you know, but there's all kinds of things that affect this. You know, an internet outage in a town, you know, the power going out in Texas. A giant storm hits the east coast of the United States of America. You know, a monsoon hits India. You know, anything, a fire, you know, can cause volatility and can cause uncertainty, can literally take infrastructure down. All of these things, man. There's so many different, and you learn, and the more you get involved in this, the more you learn all of these different things that affect it.
Value as of right now. So this last story is very bullish for Bitcoin over the next few years. It's the second last story.
And so you know, when he says bullish, he means it's going up. Bulls charge up the hill. Bears go down. Bears are bad. Okay, think of a bear as something that's just going down with the fucking claws and its fucking teeth, and it's just ripping the market apart. You know, a bear. Think about that. Think of a bull as charging up the hill, just running fast, going straight up, and pulling everything up there with it. And so that's when he says bullish. When he says I'm bullish on this, it means he's putting his money into it because he thinks that the value is going to be increasing over time.
8% of CFOs say their hedge fund will invest in Bitcoin by 2026. So that's crazy news. That is way higher than even what I expected over the next 5 years. So it's bullish news for Bitcoin because right now it is a minuscule number in comparison to this 98% that will eventually be buying Bitcoin. So it says down here, Intertrust Global, an international trust and corporate management company, polled the chief financial officers of 100 hedge funds globally about their intention to purchase crypto assets. About 98% of them responded that they expect their hedge fund to invest 7.2%, a massive amount, of their assets in cryptocurrencies by 2026. Meanwhile, about 17% of the poll CFOs admitted, so it may even be more, that their hedge fund could have 10% of their assets allocated in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So it could potentially be as high as 10%. Some of them will, of course, have more, and some will be a lot less. But overall,
cheers, guys.
very,
Thanks
very
for sharing
bullish,
this video around, guys.
It does show where the
if you guys are sharing and dropping digits, thank you.
Way more institutional money coming in over the next 5 years, which is why the next 5
Bob,
years will be some of the most bullish for Bitcoin. These people aren't stupid. They understand that Bitcoin
Sean,
and crypto is the future.
Is that last night?
That's
got to be from last night.
Will have their
Bitcoin
vacuumed up by these hedge funds, by these corporations, by these nation states that missed the boat originally and are now picking up cheap Bitcoin.
Bob.
So this last story today is potentially bullish for Bitcoin over the next few weeks. So it says proposed crypto ban legislation reportedly under review.
Dominic, Teresa,
and this could be very bullish for Bitcoin if India were to announce
Jesus,
that they had, come to their senses about crypto regulation.
All of you guys that are dropping digits and sharing this video, getting more people here.
So
these rips are for you and everyone else. You guys could do it too, man. Go ahead and share it. It only takes a second to share the video. Thank you so much. Cheers. That's what brings people here.
The better option for them. The first two issues are reportedly around whether crypto can be regulated or if the government should wield the ban hammer. Well, it can try, but whether or not that will happen is another issue. The third issue on the agenda is reportedly ascertaining the types of crypto activities that could be permitted under a standardized cryptocurrency regulatory paradigm in India. So this is overall good news. Bitcoin has everything to gain from this and nothing to lose given the fact that it's already banned. It is also an indication that Bitcoin can never really be banned. And that's the most likely reason that the Indian government is trying to capitulate and essentially realize, we can't actually ban this. We don't want to look like fools, so let's regulate it instead. That's what happens when they realize that it's basically impossible to stop.
Sounds like alcohol.
If you want to join my private Discord where I share daily market updates, altcoin jam research papers, private live streams every week where you can ask me questions about anything in crypto or anything else.
Do you hear what he's offering you? He's offering you full access to him for free at his Discord server. You guys could literally talk to him every day. You got a question? You want to talk to somebody who really understands the market? He's offering it to you. Now go over there, subscribe to Benson Crypto on YouTube, and make sure you let him know that I sent you, okay? I will really appreciate that if you do that for me.
As well as buy-sell posts and monthly portfolio updates. Then join the link for my Patreon in the description. I will be closing it again soon in order to be able to keep the group small and provide the most value. So make sure you join before it's closed again. It was closed for like 2 months the last time, so I'm not...
Can you believe he closes his fucking Patreon? Dude, he literally turns money away so he could keep the group small enough so that he can reach everybody. Isn't that crazy?
Not sure how long it will be closed this time. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any important crypto videos. Make sure you turn on the notifications.
It makes you want to join the Patreon, doesn't it? It's like before he closes it. It's funny. What a marketer.
Bell. And that's it for this one. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you in the next one.
All right. This next one is, that was Benson Crypto. Now this is Cryptos Are Us. This is George. And his audience...
Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George.
We're all George.
We're all George. So, today I want to go over something. A picture that someone showed me. And I think it's very, very relevant. So, I want to discuss why Bitcoin is winning overall. Why it's going to head higher. Why it has been heading higher. And, of course, talk about what's going on in the news today. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel.
Dude, he says earn up to 9.3 APY with BlockFi. Is that low risk? 9.3? I think it is. Is that on all of your? I wonder what that is over there at BlockFi. Anybody know the deal over there at 9.3? That's fucking crazy. Do you guys see that at the bottom of his screen?
2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you follow me on, or hit that notification bell, first of all. And then follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I have some big ideas for TikTok. So don't discount it. Follow me. I'm going to actually release some new videos today.
He's on TikTok.
I'm excited about it.
He's on TikTok.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let's do this.
Let's speed
Lively
him up.
crowd, lively crowd basically every day. All right, switching my screens here. Yeah, Bitcoin is at 38,800, 39,000. And again, why do people panic? Did something happen? Did something happen overnight? No. What's happening is this. Well, there's a wait and see phase ahead of the Fed statement, and you can see that stocks are also taking a lift.
See, he's talking about the exact same thing Benson Crypto just went into, but Benson Crypto went into full detail about the Fed, that entire thing, and George just kind of glazed right over it. Let's see if he goes back to it.
A little bit of a dip today because, again, people want to see what the Fed is going to say. What Fed Chairman Powell, what he's going to say.
Yes, I've got Ethereum and Ripple. Absolutely. Who? I should invite who to my show? Jesus.
Is he going to continue to allow interest rates to stay low while allowing inflation to keep rising? Because all of our data that measures inflation continue to state that things are getting worse and inflation is increasing at an exponential rate. But Powell have said in the past that things are okay. Let's let them.
Yeah, Jacob, I disagree with your statement that you just made. It seems like you don't understand crypto at all. You just said that Doge has more potential than Bitcoin. That's what you just said. You said Doge has more potential than Bitcoin. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, George right here is literally telling you why Bitcoin is number one.
Fun, of course. Once the economy opens up, things will get better. We don't want to mess with it right now, and I do understand where he's coming from. But,
fucking Ethereum Classic can suck my balls. What happened? Dude, I've got Ethereum Classic. Where's it at? And where's that? Well, who was it? What was her name that told me to get Ethereum Classic? She doesn't come here anymore. I got some Ethereum Classic, man. What happened to it? Is that one of the... everything is going down, bro. What are you talking about? Oh, did we get a little bounce? Hey, did we get a little bounce? Hey, look at this. Oh, there we go. No, we bounced down. Yeah, we bounced down. You're down 52%. Hodl. Hey, Phil, I'm here, bro. I'm here. When you came in, I should have Benson Crypto on the show? Dude, I don't think Benson Crypto has time for a fucking interview, man. But, maybe one day, maybe I'll ask him. You know? I'm in no hurry to contact anybody right now for an interview after what just happened with the last 3 attempts. I got to tell you, I'm really disappointed in those 3 people. They really let me down. And let me go over that with you. Not to mention who they are. Some of you know who the 3 guys are. But I not to mention their names and put them down or whatever. But I'm no longer promoting them on here on my show. Just as from one podcaster to another, right? If I invite you on my show, I expect for you to come check out my thing and see what I'm saying. And you can judge my content however you want. But if you choose to not recognize that I'm on here playing a character and that's not the person that I am in reality, and you want to say, I don't like the way he treats his audience, he's not worthy of a response, and if that's the reason, then I've got a problem with your decision. The reason being, there's people that I find completely disgusting that are podcasters. Okay, what they think mentally to me is vulgar. But from one podcaster to another, if I could think of the one person that I would never fucking watch that podcasts on YouTube, and they contacted me and they said, "Hey, would you come on my show?" And I didn't want to do it. I would write them back and I would say, "Thank you for asking me, but no thanks." It would take me 3 seconds. So, out of a professional courtesy, this is something that I do 3 times a day, every day for the last 6-7 years. And they've been doing it every day just as much as me. And if they can't come to a mutual respect on that level alone, I've got a problem with them. And I'm really sick of the fact that the last 3 in a row, couldn't even give me the respect and the decency of just a no. I don't want to find any more podcasters out there that are going to say no or not say no, but just ignore my request to even ask. Just especially when 2 of them were already corresponding with me. So it's I don't if Benson Crypto weren't to return my email or tweet or whatever, my message about coming on my podcast for an interview, yeah, it kind of bothered me, and I just assume not even find out. I'm tired. I'm tired of being shot down by people. When it's bad enough when it's the algorithm, that's one thing, man. But when it's people that won't even throw you a freaking bone, I'm offering you, maybe 100 or 200 more subscribers to your channel. And let me tell you something. I know you guys aren't going to go over and subscribe to these people. You never do. But there's a possibility. And if only they would tell their audiences that they were coming on my show, that would really increase the chances of them finding some more. But, that's not the reason why you go on somebody else's podcast for an interview, man. You do it because you love podcasting and you want to contribute to the realm of podcasting. And the more connections there are between podcasters, the stronger the community and the healthier it grows. And I'm all about that, man. After I watched Earbuds with Graham Elwood, I got a whole new perspective on people who podcast. And that means Candace Owens. That means Steven Crowder. That means Alex Jones. That means Ben Shapiro. That means Hard Bastard. That means H.A. Goodman. All of the people who say the vulgarest things that I disagree with the most. I give them all of my respect in what they do. Because I understand the love for podcasting. And as a podcaster, it doesn't matter what this garbage is that they're spewing or whatever beautiful thing it is they're sharing. The fact is, there's millions of people who are being entertained, educated, or enlightened in some way, or even just having their time taken up when they might be miserable otherwise. And all of those people are providing that platform. So, as just as a common courtesy as a podcaster, I would expect just the courtesy of a no thank you would be nice. And then I could move on, but at this point, I'm not getting the respect that I deserve, and I'm sick of trying to throw it out there so more people can trample on it. More people can fucking trample on me. That's not why I'm doing this. You put the word in on Jimmy's show, Phil? Did you do a super chat, bro? Did you do a super chat on Jimmy's show, bro? Remember, Phil, you got to hodl. Hodl gang, hodl gang. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl. You got to hodl. Remember that. Don't forget it. Don't forget to hodl. Do I got a bowl packed? Do I got a bodle? Because I'm a hodl. I'm a smoke my bodle. I'm a hodl. I'm a hodl. I'm a smoke my bodle, and I'm gonna hodl. Hodl. Remember, man, Elon was quite destructive and potent against the crypto community at first. But the more the little boy cried wolf, the less effective he was. And now, when Elon tweets something about crypto, people are like, yeah, fuck you. Same thing's going to happen with the Fed. The more people that watch people like George, Feds Crypto, BitBoy Crypto, even my show, Coin Bureau, Cryptos Are Us, DAP, the more people are going to realize that we are partaking in this currency. We are literally making the federal government powerless. And that is exactly what we want to do. And in order to stay powerful, you got to hold on to your energy. And in this particular realm, your investment in crypto is your power. It's your energy. Hold on to that. Keep the power against the government. The banks fucking hate you. Hey, man, you know what they're doing? I don't know if I told you this the other day, but there's a video of a guy on the internet. He fucking said that his bank literally, hey, what's up, Dr. Cushman? How's it going, brother? Literally said that the bank that he was working with excommunicated him. He's not, they kicked him out of the bank, which I didn't know they could do that. It's fucking crazy. Why? Because he took the majority of his wealth, like me, of his liquid wealth, like me, and he put it in fucking crypto. And their little fucking, the 0.01% that they were giving him in interest on that money, they think they're going to hold on to him as a customer when he can get fucking, what's BlockFi say? 9.3% versus your 0.01%? Banks? Real? That's what you have to offer? And you wonder why your customers are fleeing to crypto? Listen, guys, hodl. Put your money in and keep it in. Yeah, the value will go down when cuck bitches, like the federal government and Joe Biden and Elon fucking cunt Musk go out there and make stupid fucking statements, yeah, people at first, they flip out and they get out. But then they're like, oh man, you fucking dumped the market. I'm buying back in. Number two, I'm not going to fucking listen to you anymore. Right?
To get out of control. This is the reason why Paul Dedore Jones and others have come out recently and said, yeah, we're going to be upping our Bitcoin. And we may be upping it substantially if the Fed continues to just have their lackadaisy ways of just saying, okay, just
lackadaisy ways.
So that could be why,
he just said lackadaisy ways.
A lot of people are just waiting to see what Powell will say. I don't know what he could say really at this point. If he comes out and talks about, inflation's getting a little too high, let's raise interest rates. That would be a disaster too. I actually don't know what he could say that would make the market cheer, other than just say nothing. So I do believe that's what's going on right now. Just a wait and see moment, and afterwards, the funny thing is, we have these kind of statements all the time. We just had one last month. I think we had several last month, and a month before, and honestly, things don't change that much month to month, right? So I don't know really what he's going to say. But ultimately, I don't think it really matters. I think this is what really matters. This is what really matters. This is what the naysayers, the bears, have been saying throughout Bitcoin's existence. And this is the reason why Bitcoin continues to get stronger, continues to go higher, and I believe it's going to continue, and it will continue to head higher. And I'm sure you guys have heard of these statements from the so-called bears or naysayers or just fudders. And back in 2009 when it was created, in 2010, no one uses it. And then it's like, oh, only cyber people or only computer nerds.
Yeah, Steve Running, BitBoy Crypto and the Moon do that every week. I think it's every Wednesday. They do a show together. It's great. I love it. Two of my favorite crypto people, man, together. You know, it's fucking great. They don't always agree on everything, which is cool too. You get both perspectives. Dr. Cushman.
Use it. Then it was like only drug dealers use it, right?
Chillin'.
Only money launderers use it. Only gamblers use it, referring to ICOs and altcoins.
We're
Even,
smoking up in
the
here.
word, only a small
Up in
percent
here.
use it. Well, that's still true. And that's a good
I got
thing,
that
right?
orange
That's
bud.
a good thing. Only small companies.
Nobody's
use it.
even
Only
smoking
companies
orange
use
bud
it.
anymore, pal. What are you doing?
Come in afterwards. And now the newest thing is, well, only small countries like El Salvador use it. No big countries use it until they do. I don't know what
Until they do.
there is. Well,
Yeah,
take that
big
back.
countries don't use it until they do.
2022,
And
there is something else
don't you
that's going
want to
on
be
that's different.
in it before the big countries switch to it? Right? Don't you want, when it was at the low value, to get into it before? I mean, because they're all getting into it, man. Everybody's jumping in.
Find something that's a little bit worrisome, and that is, well, first of all, we know that China is kicking out a lot of their miners. In the grand scheme of things, this is actually fantastic. This is really, really good, because we know that there's a lot of FUD about ESG also.
Do you know that George's followers go into other people's live streams and spam them? Hey, I'm George. I am George. Where's George? Are you George? Where's George? Who's George? I'm George. George. It's like they'll spam. They did it to Carl the Moon. And Carl the Moon's head is so far up his ass that he doesn't know who George is. George has over 250,000 followers in the crypto community. He's got 385,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. And fucking Carl doesn't know who he is. Dude, I know you're way up in that fucking, that apartment of yours in Dubai. You're probably on the 90th floor of that fucking high rise. But dude, get your head out of the clouds, bro. Find out who the fuck George is at least.
Some about centralization of miners in China. Well, if they're kicking out all the miners, right, where are they going to go to? Well, they're going to go to places like the U.S., right, like Texas or Canada or El Salvador or Iceland and all these other nations, right, that is using renewable energy.
You guys looking at that headline? China's kicking out more than half the world's Bitcoin miners, and a whole lot of them could be headed to Texas.
A really, really good thing, but I didn't know this. I looked at the hash rate. This is true. I mean, the hash rate has dropped significantly, right, because of China kicking out the miners. But look at Bitcoin's history, right? There has been dips like this before. It always recovers. And here's the funny thing: these dips don't actually correlate with the price, because his last big dip was November 17th. So our Black Swan event, March 2020, there was no dip.
Dude,
are you dip, right? So the dip, the hash rate for Bitcoin is mysterious sometimes, because sometimes the hash rate does go down, but it always recovers, continue higher because the miners not gonna give up on Bitcoin. They know this is the future, the greatest monetary network ever created, and they will come back.
If you guys are sharing this video and dropping digits, thank you so much. 3s, 5s, and 7s. Nobody's done it lately. Megsy, thank you. Teresa, thank you. Dominic, thank you. You guys, everybody else, cheers. Thank you so much for sharing this video. It's 4:20 in Newfoundland, everybody.
But here's the thing. I saw this article. It got me a little concerned. And that is this. Bitcoin miners can prove green potential by undergoing ESG ratings check. So I honestly think I get what they're trying to do, but this will be bad. I think this will be bad. So according to this, a number of miners is thinking about, basically putting themselves or targeting themselves to come out with the ESG rating. And they're going to be doing so with this company called Apex Group. I think they're falling into the trap. So I don't think miners should go or undergo ESG ratings, because if they do, the rating companies, right? Who do they report to, right? If you look at some of the biggest ESG ratings companies, they're all owned by either media companies or banks, one of the two. And we know that they can be swayed one way or another. So I don't know if this is a good thing. I know Michael Saylor, he set up all the miners in North America. They have this console which has a negative vibe to it, but it's really not. They're being transparent. They have these open meetings, or they will be, right? So hopefully people brings up this fact that they should not succumb to this, because then they're at the mercy of these agencies, which is considered bigger entities, which, again,
let's do a dab.
To bad things. So hopefully they don't fall for this. But this is probably the next thing. If there's another thing that comes out of this for 2022, it's like, hey, Bitcoin is bad for the environment or something like that, right? But we will get past it. We will get past the FUD, right? And this whole movement of miners moving out.
The
of China,
Elmer FUD.
Fantastic thing. That solves two problems, two stones, right? Two birds with one stone. And once we get through it, there's really nothing else you can say about Bitcoin, right? But ultimately, why you invest in Bitcoin is because it is all about freedom. It's all about breaking the chains. It's all about investing in something that is simply the best monetary network ever created. The best.
What I was just saying, guys.
Hardest asset created. One that
And it's a big fuck you to the fucking man. It's a big fuck you to the government.
Very, very early, still evolving, and everyone is looking at.
So, you guys, remember, you can do this whenever you watch a YouTube video. You can play it in fast motion so you can see these quicker. So I've got this you go to this little cog wheel right here. If you guys don't know how to do this, you click on the cog wheel. You go to playback speed, and I got mine set for 1.5.
Adopting it, and man, this is one of those things that you don't want to miss out on. Like people who missed out on tech when it came out, when the internet came out, and all the people missed out on it. This is what it is. Bitcoin and crypto and DeFi, NFTs, everything else that's evolving from the industry. This is the time where you don't want to miss it because it's the very, very, very beginning. What else is there? Kyber and Polygon. This is pretty exciting. Kyber is a decentralized DEX, decentralized exchange, and they are expanding to Polygon and announced a 30 million liquidity mining program. So this is positive for both projects. I've been talking about how Polygon needs to, basically up their game, their DApp game. If they want to break free from just being a layer 2 solution to Ethereum, they need to find, dApps that want to stay within their ecosystem and really build it out. So this is one of the ways. I think this is pretty big. And Kyber is a decentralized chain not a whole lot of people talk about, but they've been around for a while. Their dApp is actually pretty nifty, pretty easy to use, and you can hook it up straight into your Ledger or hardware wallet. It's actually a pretty good one. Just not a whole lot of people talk about it. Everyone's focusing on AMMs rather, right, because the yield farming and so forth. But, a decentralized DEX like Kyber isn't too bad, too.
I'm getting my sawmill motor today, guys. I'm so freaking excited. So I forgot what time they said it's coming. But I said you could drop it off at the front or you could drop it off at my door. I don't care either way. Yeah, I said you could drop it down at the gate down there. It's a little over, the package is over 100 pounds. So I figure I don't have to lift 100 pounds. Put it down there by the mill. And that's going to be a fun little project, man. So what I have to do is uninstall the old motor. First, take the motor cap off and see if the reason why that motor is doing it is because a wire is burnt. And if it's burnt wire, you just reconnect it, you cut it, put a new cable, a new connection on there, and the old motor might be fine. Which if it is, then I take the new motor and I'll just put it in the garage and store it. And then if that motor ever does go out one day, I got a fucking backup motor, which will be great to have if I need it. Here's my visa. My visa. Hey, what's up, bees? Want some cookies? You want some cookies, visa? Sit. Good boy. High five. Good boy. Okay? Maybe don't chew that while you're fucking having an asthma attack, buddy. Good boy. No. If you're having an asthma attack, I don't want to feed you food. You okay? I know. I'll give you some. Okay? God damn it. As soon as he starts eating, he starts having an asthma attack. He's fucking inhaled some. Am I going to have to give you the little doggy Heimlich maneuver? You okay? Alright. It's like I ate it through my lungs. Sam Cedar went all in on the Young Turks. What Sam Cedar is, he's irrelevant to me now. I don't watch him. Knowing you have a backup if needed. You're saying he supports the Young Turks? Sam Cedar supports the Young Turks? In bombing Syria? And false narratives involving gassing his own people? Yeah. No surprise there. That's why I tell you. I know who the douchebags are. Dude, I told you guys Sam Cedar was a fucking piece of fucking shit a long, long time ago, just because of the morons he had on his show. You know?
Safe One Community loves your channel. Keep it up. I appreciate that, although I'm not familiar with your project or community. But I do appreciate that. All right. So this is positive for Polygon and Kyber. What else is there? Well, for those of you guys that are Solana fans, finally, Coinbase Pro, which announced this a month ago, now I guess they've fixed their issues, so they will allow inbound transfers of Solana into Coinbase Pro, and trading will begin tomorrow if liquidity conditions are met. And shortly after that, it will probably be added on Coinbase. Not probably, it will. I just don't know when. Sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it takes days, sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes longer than that. So I think I didn't clarify this in my yesterday's video about the newcomers that got added to Coinbase Pro. People went on after shows like, "Hey George, how come I don't see him on Coinbase?" Well, it's because they go on Coinbase Pro first, then they go on Coinbase. But sometimes it's immediate. Like,
dude, I can't even listen. I can't even listen to what he has to say about them. I'm not even interested. He's such a douchebag.
This is positive for Solana. I do support Solana. I like
anybody who supports the Young Turks right now.
Bitwise, which is a
fucking idiot
crypto investment firm that has their own funds, received $70 million in Series B funding from major Wall Street investors. The reason why I bring this up and why I think it's relevant is because, again, it shows you institutional interest. A lot of institutional investors that may not be investing individually into, like altcoins or something like that, they could be investing into these funds, right, that are basically managed by Bitwise. So it does show you, again, there is a lot of institutional interest for not only Bitcoin, but also crypto as well. In general, a lot of these altcoins are very fascinating to these institutional investors, and that's because most of them have DeFi projects, and DeFi is very encompassing. There's so many aspects to DeFi. It's not just one thing. You could look at decentralized exchanges as DeFi, lending is DeFi, borrowing is DeFi, staking is DeFi. Just depositing and earning interest, participating in pools, also synthetic token creations, right? They're all part of DeFi. DeFi is not one small thing. It's so encompassing, so many projects that's involved, and there's so many innovations that's coming out. It seems like every single week there's something new coming out. Whether or not they're relevant, I don't know, but it's part of the evolution, right? And that is why Wall Street, institutional investors, everyone else, they're paying attention. That's the reason why they love projects like Solana, Ethereum, and Cardano, and so forth, because they know that these are the backbone, the backbone network that's supporting this DeFi ecosystem initiative and so forth, right? So, yeah, that's why crypto is definitely, it's here to stay. It's definitely not going away. Not everything, but the good ones, they will definitely stay. All right, lastly, just looking at CMC, finally it's fixed. I think so. I think it looks like it's fixed. Bitcoin dominance went up quite dramatically from 43% to over 45% within a single day. So, when will Coinbase ever list VeChain? I don't know. Hopefully soon. Coinbase tends to add projects they invested in first. So that's usually how it is. Or something that's very, very, very hot, like Doge or Shiba. Walt Finance, BCS Gem, went crossing Polygon this week. 500 million TVL, they throw out. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I've seen that before. But thanks for the update. But going back to the BTC dominance again, kind of weird. Retail investors, I know they haven't come back completely, but it seems like confidence is gaining, right? So something like today, like a time like today when, things are just down slightly because people are waiting to see what Powell says, right? It's kind of surprising that altcoins sold off a little bit more. See, again, I think this goes back to the narrative. Too many people are looking for an excuse to sell. There's just too many people.
Here's a warning from the moon from an hour ago.
In this video, yesterday I was talking about how it's very likely that we might see a correction here, and well, the correction is happening as I'm recording this video. I want to talk about the immediate future for Bitcoin. Are we going to see a much more bearish scenario play out, or will we see something like this play out? Well, the answer is always in the chart, and if you think that that's not interesting, then
the answer is always in the chart.
Hello guys, and welcome to the moon. My name is Carl, and I'm going to bring you this cryptocurrency video. And look at this. What I talked about yesterday is right now playing out. We were forming this head and shoulders, and I told you up here.
Understand, guys, when I turn my show off and I'm not and I'm not broadcasting anymore, you know, I'll be making food or whatever, and I will turn. These will be the people that I will be watching. You know.
We are seeing some bearish signs, and I told you that
You guys should be watching them too.
It's likely that we see a correction here, maybe all the way down to retest the support out of this bigger rising wedge. So based on my video yesterday, we are seeing that scenario playing out right now. So as a summary, I talked about the head and shoulders, the neckline, we broke it. I also told you about this 4-hour bearish candle showing us that it is likely that the bears are coming back in control and might shoot
He
back
did
down
say
there.
that.
And we also talked about this bearish divergence. So we had a couple, actually 3 bearish.
And I actually
with each other, and we were right
went and I looked at my holdings of Bitcoin, and I had 3 purchases that equaled over $10,000 of Bitcoin that was purchased under $40,000. And I thought to myself, I could sell that right now, and I could follow Carl. I could sell my $10,000 of Bitcoin. I could follow Carl, and he's saying the value is going to drop, and let it drop. And when he says it's going to go back up again, I could buy back in again and make some money. And I decided not to do that. But, you know, it's there.
Now seeing that
Hey,
out,
Paul.
just like we talked about in yesterday's video. So it's happening exactly as predicted. The big question on everyone's mind now is, of course, where is Bitcoin going now? Are we going to go lower? Are we going to go higher? That's what we're going to take a look at. But first, let's just play a couple of quick clips from yesterday's video and what we talked about so we can learn from this in the future. In this video, I'm going to...
This is what he said. I saw this.
We do have a few bearish signs. You can see one big candle right here, which is basically just a big wick to the upside and then a wick back down again. So it's like a big wick. And everyone who knows basic TA knows that this is a bearish 4-hour candle.
That's what he said.
A reaction to the downside after we see such a candle. On the 1 hour, we do have this bearish divergence, right there. And this bearish divergence is showing us that we are likely to see, like, it shows us that the bulls are running out of control and we're likely to go sideways or down. That's what it shows us. So it's another like bearish signal. And then you could also make the case.
This is what he said. If you guys watch this, you guys can learn, man.
Right now, we are getting actually a little bit of sell volume. Yeah, we can see that the target would be at. Alright, so as you could hear from yesterday's clip, we had the head and shoulders, the bearish divergence, this bearish candle, and we're right now seeing this correction that I was...
You can learn so quick. It's not complicated, guys.
This rising wedge, as we see right here. And also yesterday I told you that I'm taking profits up here. These bearish signs are enough for me to give confidence, or enough to give me confidence in taking profits. So that's why I took profits. I even made a tweet that I posted it on Twitter and also that I posted in my Telegram.
And that's when I went and I checked my fucking amounts. It's like, how much do I got at under 40,000? Not that much. Not that much. But I was like, it's enough to start playing with. You know, 10K. I could play with that. Imagine that. Some people made 200% based on this trade. And if you also want to trade Bitcoin on Bybit, make sure to sign up below. Imagine if I'd sold it, right? And then it goes all the way down to massive drop, and then buy back in when it's way down there.
And by the way, guys, tomorrow I'm going to upload a
with the same 10K
video about risk management. Everyone needs to know how to manage risk in their portfolio.
I have a lot more Bitcoin.
Their individual trades. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the notification bell, and also my Telegram alerts channel so you can get these videos in real time as fast as humanly possible. Alright, so let's go into the 1 hour and take a look at the target here. So what I said yesterday is that if this head and shoulders breaks down, then we will have a target approximately down at 38.5K. Well, as I'm recording this, we just came down to 38.5 approximately.
We're 38.7 right now, I think.
Exactly hitting this target right now. And this is just further...
we're 38.4. No, 30...
Very, very valuable. I didn't short this, but...
39.4?
And I'm very happy I did because look at this. We're falling down right now. Big shout out to all...
Yeah, 39.4.
We're making fantastic money, right? I also told you a couple of days ago that what we saw back
39.4, baby!
Here, and that was also a reason why I thought that, look at this. We broke down there.
We're at 39.4. That's great.
Yeah, it looks like my bearish analysis here was playing out, and we're right now meeting this target. And we do have important support from this previous resistance right there at the 38.4 approximately. So that's going to be interesting to see if we can hold it above here and maybe go back up. All in all, we are going into this big support, which is of course very important because it is the support out of this rising wedge. And if we break the wedge, then the target will be the bottom of the wedge, which is down at 31K approximately. So
31K.
We could also get a bounce like this, right, before breaking potentially down like that.
And then I could have a whole bunch of Bitcoin that I purchased at 20, you know, or 25.
43K approximately, in my opinion.
It'd be worth so much more, man. Holy shit. I'm starting to understand this whole shorting, longing thing. So if I had sold that money, if I had sold the $10,000 worth of Bitcoin that I had was under that amount, I would have been shorting Bitcoin, waiting for it to drop.
This is a pure scam. I don't do any arbitrage. This group has like 200,000 members, and it's just insane how yeah.
Shorting is
I'm
selling
I
off.
can't do anything about it. I can just warn you. So please don't join these scam groups. Please warn.
I wish he would say that.
And please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
You know, instead, I'm going to short, I'm going to long. Say you're going to fucking buy, you're going to sell.
1,000 likes on this video. That is easy. Thank you guys. And if you want to watch my Bybit tutorial, click right.
Hey, man, the Orange Pill podcast is live right now. They just started streaming.
Now, eating the world is eating El Salvador. Panama's about to go do in El Salvador. Guatemala, the whole region's about to go. Totally Bitcoinized. You got frickin' Peter McCormick now shaking hands with the president of El Salvador, and now he's heading off to Nigeria. So, you know, it's like this guy is tracking the hyper-Bitcoinization of the world, wherever he is. It's like this is where it's all happening. And it's in 2021, it's happening.
How do you play live fast?
Hey, who's coming to the Fuck Elon tour, the party tour?
Hey, they don't have super chats.
The tickets keep selling out every time we release another block.
Yep.
And we'll be releasing another block this week. So, I see several people in our live chat here who are, of course, attending from our Orange Pill podcast Telegram
The first group
group.
were the Buzzcocks, right? And then the second group were and then the third group, I think, are the Casbah.
Casbah.
But the second group, I forget, are the, after the Buzzcocks come the, what did you call that second group?
I could look it up, but the thing is, you could leave the post here as well. Tell us which group you're in. I think that the Casbah, that video was filmed outside of Austin.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You know, now I'm already planning events now for Los Angeles, Washington D.C., and Paris. So we got 3 more stops on the tour that we're planning right now, and we'll make tickets available. Early bird special tickets for those cities and events will be available on a limited basis. And but this one in Austin, Texas, on July 8th, the Fuck Elon party tour. The demand is through the roof, obviously, because Austin's a huge Bitcoin town. It's one of the biggest Bitcoin towns in America. And we got a lot of people in that Bitcoin town of Austin who will be there, luminaries of the local Bitcoin community.
Yep. It's going to be legendary as well. You want to be there. It's the first of the tour. You're going to have special merchandise available that will be one of a kind. It's not going to be available at the next events that are upcoming. Should we make those happen?
It's down to 39.
So, I also want to mention that
38.9.
while the Fed's credibility is on the line here, there's a leaf blower in the background in case you hear them. You might not, because these mics are pretty omnidirectional. They just pick up our sound. But what I wanted to say is,
she means unidirectional, not omni.
My iPhone to check out if the Fed statement is coming out.
It's funny.
But as Max said, it's just a
It'll
fake
be
forecast.
it's on a loop. So.
But Kyle Bass says we have negative real rates of over 10%. He was on CNBC as well this week. Kyle Bass says that actual inflation is 12%. What do you think of that, Max?
I think this is exactly what we said on this broadcast.
I got a fucking degree in audio engineering.
And what he's doing is he's saying, hey, if you calculate inflation based on the way it was done.
Omnidirectional mics pick up sound from the front and the back. Unidirectional mics are like these. It just pick them up from the front.
So-called hedonic adjustments. Your actual
Like theirs are unidirectional mics.
College costs are up 500%. Healthcare costs are up 500%. Right? So those are real costs. People don't go to the hospital and say, oh, I need my appendix out, and they give you a quote, and you say, no, I can only pay 1/10 of that based on what the government says is the true inflation rate. That doesn't work, does it? You got to get your appendix out. And they charge you at rates that are 500% higher today than they were even 10 years ago.
Yeah, the hedonic adjustments would say, like, okay, if they tell you that to take your appendix out, it'll cost $10,000, that you're going to go, well, what would it cost to take my pinky off instead?
Yeah, what would it cost to trim my nails? Oh, we can do that only for $200.
I love how she tried to use a big word to sound technical, omnidirectional, and she totally used it wrong. Jesus fucking Christ, where's Billy Valentine when I need him?
Yeah.
Nail clipping.
Yeah, we were using Instacart when everything was, locked down, and one thing I just noticed is I hit a reorder again thing.
Yeah.
That I hadn't ordered in like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
So I hit the reorder these same items from the same supermarket.
Yeah.
And the last time I ordered it, it was $278.
Yeah.
This time it was $312. So that's the inflation there for you.
Right, that's real inflation. That's what people are experiencing all over America. They're going to the Instacart, they're going to the shopping, they're going to the gas station, and they're like, wait a minute. Or that packages through shrinkflation. People are now, we've reported on shrinkflation 7-8 years ago.
Maybe 10. Pippa Malmgren.
Pippa Malmgren, she invented this term, shrinkflation. And candy bars like Snickers and others, Twix. The same price, but 15, 20, 25% less, right? So they'll say, no, it's the same price. Well, no, it's not the same price. You're getting 20 to 25% less. That means the price is higher. So people are experiencing this right now. I told Jimmy Dore on his show a few weeks ago. He said, real inflation's coming. Don't believe the Fed. The Fed will say that there's no inflation and that they need to keep interest rates low. The reason they need to keep interest rates low is so that the cost of making corporate acquisitions is low. But if you're not buying companies today, if you're not buying Tiffany's today, if you're not going to buy Whole Foods today, if you're not making a multi-billion dollar, $100 billion corporate acquisition today, you don't need interest rates to be 0. You need interest rates to be at 5%. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And people, of course, will argue that it's not in their best interest. But it is in your best interest because you want to reduce the cost of financial terrorism as much as you possibly can. And if it's at 0%, then you're letting financial terrorists borrow an infinite amount of money to do all the financial terrorism they want. And the result is complete breakdown of American society. Thank you very much, Central Bank.
Well, luckily, we are relentlessly optimistic here.
Orange. They got orange sunglasses on.
I don't care that the Fed doesn't have credibility. I am drinking champagne to celebrate that the likes of Paul Tudor Jones and CNBC, their audience on the CNBC
champagne
network
before
are being
noon.
told that the Fed no longer has credibility. We knew that. You knew that. We all knew that for a long time. So,
well, we're making a bet on the Fed not having any credibility.
We placed that bet 10 years ago.
Yeah, we've been placing that
She's
bet
a
for 10
lush.
years. The Fed has no credibility. So we've been saying that for 10 years, and we continue to. We're all in on this bet that the Fed has no credibility. Is the Fed going to raise rates and restore integrity to the dollar? I'm betting 1,000 gazillion % no.
Hey, what do you think? You know, I know there's a drinking game out there whereby, like, when I put my reading glasses on, people drink.
Yeah.
What do you think? I was in the car driving, and classic vinyl was on, and they were talking about Paul McCartney, who is 70-something years old, and he doesn't need reading glasses.
All right.
And he says the reason he doesn't need reading glasses, he believes, is because when they went to India,
Bitcoin's down to 38.6.
late 60s, early 70s, he was taught eye yoga.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where he, like, every morning he does these, like, rolling his eyes, like this yoga for his eyes. It sounded kind of bogus to me, but the dude does not wear glasses of any kind.
Right.
So, anybody out
All right,
there,
you guys, I'm going to keep watching this. I'll be in there, chat. I'll be looking for
that's
you.
actually a good,
Love to see you guys
you
promoting
see all
Nate's
the
Garden
hot
in
yoga,
there.
power yoga
and,
classes,
giving me a
you
shout
pay,
out.
like $25, $30 to enter them. We could all just sit
I'll
there
see you guys
together and
soon.
do eye yoga.
They're called
Like eye yoga would be like looking at
Orange Pill, a
They do
Bitcoin
that.
podcast
Or
is their
it
channel.
would be hot eye yoga. Or you could maybe like Visine, but carrot juice.
Here's a direct link
Maybe that would help.
in the chat.
Okay. Well, that's what, I like to amuse the people and
And
giving them a reason
The
to
name of
drink.
this video is
Then
Microdosing the
let's
Fed's
do it.
Credibility.
Eye yoga. People, it looks like people
Oops.
doubt it. Alex Lopez, though, says he does eye yoga.
You can just type this
whatever.
into the search on YouTube to find it.
He's
Microdosing the Fed's credibility.
Eye yoga.
staring into the distance is good for your eyes.
All right, I'll see you guys over there. You guys take care. I love y'all. I'll see this later today, probably.
Yeah, that
All right.
10,000
Bye, guys.
share.